Oh, I got to get batteries for this. Writing on my journal. I remembered the tree where I found the snake as a little kid. It said lightning burnt it down. My shoulder pattern. It's another layer of reality, just like Alta Vista, where the Hatcher kids were. The back door going straight out. To the right, there was the freezers. To the left, there's the waters going down to a basement there that was there and was not there. Sometimes snake and a tarantula stopped Ashley from going any further down in there. And there was times the dogs were reported as not home on a cheat, hindsight, conscious, awake, or at least look through the house. Was sleeping stuff every third year is off the thing. And there was Candace in 4th grade, sexual Ashley, vibrators. The guy Chris left, S-curve neighbor boy. He left. He used to squash pennies and coins on the railroad tracks. He actually called him a sex object. James said that Ashley at Aunt Judy's house with a pistol in the mirror was him at age 14. And also when the deadly bacteria got onto the whole body from the same color that's leaking out of their face right now at the military. IV'd Ashley a cure. It was a 24-hour cure. One shot. Lackland Air Force Base. So, and polka dots is a naughty of the skirt suit woman that picked Ashley up in California at age 2 when Ashley woke up with the glowing cuddles of beautiful blonde hair right before you want to kiss and make love in the morning of a perfect movie. That is not appropriate for a daughter and its mother. And there was a woman there to pick Ashley up on an airplane and took her to Texas. Ashley's story might have been age 5. Ashley, age 9, disappeared, and that was small like Aiden. 9 was other people's kindergarten and 1st grade. 6 and 7 was Ashley 9 and 10. It hasn't been seen since, except the picture we gave Kimberly with Ashley, blonde hair, in the chair. She was about to dye her hair dark. And Ashley has a small frame. Kimberly says there's a woman that connects to a tiger in the zoo with a big nose grandpa dude. Ashley says she would die if she went through there and was fake. James and Gator got Ashley the tiger already. She said that's how you need to connect to get the shape of your jaw back, to call yourself back, yourself things back. And Ashley really is supposed to be small for seeds. These things are doing completely different things. And I have blue and green, peacock, metallic, and dirt. Oil lamp, it's got it's like was out of there, like nanobots. They're little mice, they're little soft mice, and then the metallic like eye makeup, and they melt into plexiglass or Pyrex, and there is the jewelry looking things in there, and they're alive. And Ashley has blue-gray of the black and blue beads, blue-gray bloodstring to the red bloodstring with the clear that looks pink and the black widow beads. It was looking like BB metal on the face, and it wasn't. Now it's like peacock. and the oil burner, and we'll mix it with dirt. And there's black lines that drew a dragonfly, and those are a net over a bubble ripple, not a heat waves, but a bubble ripple invisible thing that moves through. When that thing has color and has a mimicry of the background, this thing makes a net over it, and it draws lines like making a sketch art at Chuck E. Cheese's. But it's like putting a rubber can't breathe mask on somebody's thing. It's ugly. And this reminds me of SeaWorld and the underwater canoes under points. And things that can only be seen in the reflection of glass with water in it. And being able to breathe underwater in dreams as a kid, and snorks, and glowworms, and Teddy Ruxpin, and I want to be me and see me healthy, dang it. And the gag order was all the members of the family that spiritually flow through to each other that live in the household eat the same. Because if somebody's drinking and their spirit touches somebody else, they're going to make them sick. If they're sharing freckles or body parts, or they're sharing blood fluids, spiritual mixtures, dust, any of it, hair color, fur, mixed hair colors, lights and darks, youngs and olds. There's a sad things that happen. There's a sad things that happen, and the gag order is the idiot injured people. Just fake as much as you want. And we're looking at time travel, this 20 years thing, and then today, and then this, and I woke up after screaming for Detective Yeager in the emergency room. I woke up back in my tent. Anyway, the guy first was naked with a heart on, and it didn't actually go through. But anyway, I'm having my leftover with Isaac without infatuation emotions of breeding has hormone says to be pregnant. The right side is it's like it's a boy. It's a boy, but it's me. But it mixes with the thing, and it's a daddy thing. And they keep trying to trade it, but it's like what they have floating in the water that's white or black, I have rainbow, and I have it in the heart. And I don't believe it, and I think it's disgusting. Everybody likes to play King Royal Dragons and stuff, but anyway, my pink night vision camera eyes, and fruit candy, and Stella Luna, and green and gold metallic all go together, and I want to go home and asking Mr. and Mrs. Salas San Antonio of who I gave it to, because I was cocky and said that I promised myself I would at least let the dogs live the way it wanted, or I would have killed them myself. And I'm like a different personality or whatever, but I raised myself this way, and I have a dragon that gives a thing that doesn't understand understanding, and half is stupid, it's injured, and then it got better, and then started quoting things from Mr. NASA Camp Scholarship, 6th grade, Valdosta, Georgia, Miss Clements class Ashley got, and didn't go because Grandma said no. And Grandma's never been the same with Ashley since she ever went to Kimberly's, and Ashley played Frankenstein with baby toes, just like Lydia Troy in the locker. Not okay ever since Kimberly, like, spirit fucked her. Ashley's been fat and misshapen. And Ashley doesn't believe she's a whole person anymore yet, or whatever. And I'm tired of the memory of me and James that used to fight. uh, because I was in my happy mind space, my happy hiding space, and he'd be like, hey, can you respond? Respond, please. Oh, response would be nice. And he'd be like, hey, Ashley, wow, wow. And he's like, you love me, don't you? No. And then he told me he could read people's minds, and he never could. On the day he did, I wanted him dead. But I was like, I just need friends. I was like, that made me mad. Because gosh darn it, I was supposed to get healthy, and he would want it, not the opposite. And then Daniel backed out too because there was brother duties, and Laffy was pulled to make Isaac, and I've got to teach it because I promised it for God to raise it a certain way. It was not supposed to be James or anything else, or any of those weird things or rituals or any of those craps whatsoever. I got you. $4 a second, and we get better every day. But the best thing is knowing what's what, knowing your place in it, whether it's good or bad, because world peace is great at the end of the day. Like leaving my house without taking my whole armoire buffet channel stuff with me. Enjoy. That's a scary feeling. The other scary feeling is melting myself down to a black hole, like flushing myself down a toilet. But the feeling of death and the pukes came. Oh, so we're not going to do that no more. Because it got soft everywhere, it turned to mush. I would be sick and not able to get out of bed. And we were given spiritual permission to recharge, and we haven't gotten it yet. I actually want to make a return of what I got or an exchange from the apartments area and the Eagles Bar where I got beat up. Everybody else is doing something different. Anyway, under the nails, my blood turns blue like pen ink, and it's blue glittery, and it's my great Aunt Edna's beads. And what they was fighting to disconnect me and James, or whatever, blah blah blah, and Thunder was something else, blah 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 blah. That was fighting beads and a contract, and thanks to holding and saving his life. And that's high class things that educate things that are too concerned with. I just melted myself down my ass and re-hardened. I'm not gonna do that again. That was the piece of death, like pregnancy, but not. It's completely fine, whatever, and normal. And the kidnapped children and switch lookalikes, and those things properly in possession, and what things are and what things are not for, and stupefy the meanies of the opium days that lied to everybody, and they went to nursing homes and they got their comeuppance. It's like, who are they? Which ones are they? Did we do it? And who eats what, and we need blood donors. A legal registration list of organ shares, swappings, physical body parts, cannibalisms, shared and mixed species, different things and whatnot, and the health of them. Because black markets, if that was once enough, and then they go to the drug markets and then the public markets and the medical whatever and perfections, and then back out into the public interested and like sacrifice to make the whole, and it's just it's like, oh my gosh, somebody was high and thought it was like an angel and like a mob of whatever, but it wasn't. It cost a lot of money, and I thought we were supposed to make the world better is what we learned, not destroy it. This is my take on it. And so long as everybody needs to be antimicrobial, blood wine sacrament wafers, fruits as meats, and stolen these pinata candy, and needs to go home to its owner right now. I don't know what to tell you. I had to pay $20 to be left alone and not yelled at in the memory of James on an opiate pill, 5 milligrams that make him angry and don't speak English. He's just mad. I want to know why did anything happen in his life and why was he born? And why is everything stupid? And why can't I answer why an air conditioner does this, that, and the other? It's because I've never studied it, and I don't know. But he knows. And he goes through everything. And I can do that as a vessel of others. And I can retain it with videos and photos, but not mirrors. And those hypnos, and there's somebody really mean with bleach, makes dirty socks, the color and the smell and the yuckies and the feel and its own. Her name was Candy Smith in Kansas. Gosh, befuddled mud. Befuddled mud. Mud with skin on it? Yes. It was given permission to become alive. And vines on these things and others. And make a person. And James Lee Woodyard, as a male, and all the line of him is not allowed by Egypt. Anything, Egypt, measure, whatever, to raise the dead again. They were so perfect at something. Without the spirit that stands by me. Otherwise, I would have no hope. The lies and the dragon that married me to myself. Me, and is waiting for me. And time travel and magic, whatever, is anything that's not what I freaking said. I'm not going to relive James with somebody else. I didn't do that with this last one because it was a brunette that was going to die. And I live and grow old with a blonde. And there was somebody that might have gotten a coma and empathy or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I have a Gomez from Bandera that's the Secretary of Defense of my new country. And I thought I found terrorists, and I'm not a terrorist, and the Aryan Brotherhood said they're allowed to train because they're all bored. And then they said they would prove it because everybody likes to kick back and get inebriated and feel like men, and that they start bargaining for things that aren't worth money so they don't kill each other. And they're all like equal. And they can't do that to everybody because it takes something else, and some people just don't mix unless they're made for a purpose. Right. Like internal braids. Thank you.